vet homes that you've created, the veterans homes. You've got one going up in Cook County now. The first time north of 80, 88, which is incredible in itself. But getting something like that done in Cook County, I mean, obviously from Governor Blagojevich and his staff and throughout the state of Illinois, the support that you get for that. How difficult is it to put up a veterans home, and what are you hoping to really accomplish by the end of the day with that?
Well, it's very difficult, and it's definitely in the works. It's a project that I revived that had been started a long time ago. There's always been a recognition that there is a need for a new veterans home in the Cook and Collier counties. Actually, over 50% of our veterans for the entire state of Illinois live in the Cook and Collier counties, yet all of our veterans homes are south of I-80 and quite a long distance away. So we need a home in the Chicagoland area. This project has been on the books for a long time, but it was just never followed through. What it took was several things. One, we needed to get money put into the budget, the capital bill, which I approached Governor Blagojevich, and he was very supportive of it, and there's $15 million in the capital bill that will be our state's 35% match. The second component of that, of course, is the federal government. They have to approve the project, which they have, but they're not going to give me their 65% of the money till our $15 million actually gets approved. And so then that comes in with the legislators. And we've been very lucky to have a very bipartisan group of legislators, very supportive of veterans. And what I did this year, starting with this session, has been to create a Veterans Caucus. Would you believe that there was no Veterans Caucus in the state of Illinois legislature? I was flabbergasted last year when I first started my job that there was no caucus. And so we formed one in both the House and the Senate. And they're going to meet on a regular basis, and I'm going to go to them on a regular basis and present them with all of the issues, so that it sort of negates this whole position that legislators get put in, where the only time they hear from you is when you need something and you want money or some bad news. Where if I can give them the good news of the laws that they've passed and how that's helped, or ideas of how we can move forward. So just creating a Veterans Caucus was a big step for us. So there are three things going on there. We need the federal funding, we need the state funding, and then we need the support of the legislators as well.
So anybody who wants to get information to this caucus can do it through your office?
Yes, absolutely.
Very good. Well, Director, it's been a pleasure again. I'll let you get back to your schedule. I hope to see you at our stand down March and in October again. Mm-hmm. And for Muster America, Director Duckworth, thank you very much. Until next time.
Welcome back. What a great interview with Director Duckworth that John did. I thought some of her points on the state tax credit for $600 for hiring a vet, that's an excellent program. You hire 10 vets, you've got $6,000 worth of tax credit there. So it definitely beckons to employers to go out there and look for some vets to hire. The other thing was her 24-hour warrior hotline. I think that is an excellent program. We have so many returning vets from Afghanistan, Iraq, with TBI, traumatic brain injury, with PTSD. A lot of them wind up self-medicating. They don't know how to get the help that they need. They self-medicate, and then it causes many DUIs, and it just ruins their life. And why do it that way when we can bring them into a good program, get them the help that they need, and take them, send them on their way? It's the least we can do for the service that they've given to us. Now, as you remember, we had just recently had our stand down in March, and we did some actual interviews with some of the veteran participants, and I thought maybe you might want to take a look at some of those. So let's go do it.
Rod Faulkner, Southeast Asia Theater of Operations veteran, Central Highlands region, demolitions and munitions assembly. We built bombs. We hauled bombs. We assembled, deassembled, activated, and deactivated ordnance. I arrived there in '66. I left there in '71. The reason I'm here is because I'm disabled from Agent Orange poisoning. We hauled and loaded a lot of Agent Orange defoliant, which at that point in time we were told was about as dangerous as diesel fuel. There were no particular safety precautions given us. up to the fact that we didn't even have gloves. There were lots of leaking containers. It smelled like kerosene. We didn't think much of it. And nobody bothered to tell us. I am now diabetic with no diabetes history in my family. They tell me that pancreatic cancer is down the road for me. But I've made my peace. I'm here today to get some help with disability compensation. And if I was asked if there would be anything you could change about this, I would say no. The benefits from the individual case managers, case workers, and agencies that are here are manifold. I was telling my wife last night, if you were to go to all the places that are represented here, it would take you months and hundreds of dollars that most of the people here cannot afford. In one day, you can accomplish more than you would in a month, and at no price, at no cost to you. They feed us here, they house us here, they clothe us here. But above and beyond that, for all the good that the Congresswoman, Ms. Melissa Bean, and the rest of them do, I think the better good is an intangible. I would change nothing about this. It's an excellent, beautiful site. Silly things like massages and haircuts may seem irrelevant to some people, but they're a touch that most of us don't get. I wouldn't even want to guess what a massage would cost if you had to pay for it. I know it would be beyond the range of most of the individuals here, if not all of us. But the intangible is the social bonding. And it's something you can't put a finger on, nor can you put a price on, nor can you make it occur. It just occurs naturally when people of similar experience, good, bad, indifferent, horrible, or positive, get. It's the social bonding. It's the touching somebody that's been there. And if you weren't there, you can never explain it to anybody. But you can see it in the look of an eye. I know where you were. I don't know what you did, and I didn't do the same thing, but it doesn't matter. You were there too. And that social bonding. I plan to come back, God willing, in October. My wife said, well, why would you go back if you get everything done? And I says, because there are people there I can connect with. There are people there that, although I never knew them then, I know them now, and they didn't know me then, but they know me now. And that's a very positive and very valuable thing. So, if I can address any of the funding people or the people that have decision-making powers, don't change it. It's a good thing. It's a very good thing. It's a thing that's not lacking. For a few minutes, people without homes, people without hope can forget about that and find comfort in a hot cup of coffee or a good meal or a warm, safe place to sleep. And that can't be all bad. That's all I've got to say.
Okay, I'm Jack Nystrom. I was regular Army from August of 1971 to September of 1974. Spent 2.5 years over in Europe, in Germany, and I loved it over there.
Where in Germany?
Southern Germany, Bavaria,
Okay.
Munich, Augsburg, Ulm.
And then what was the job that you held?
I was an administrative specialist. I was a clerk, mail clerk, and office clerk.
And then how did you hear about the stand down here?
Flyers. They had flyers all over the place for months.
Okay.
And right off the bat, as soon as I saw one, I started making plans to be here.
Awesome. And did you find it helpful to attend this session?
I thought it was very helpful to be here. I've been networking with people. I've met some old friends and made some new contacts. And yes, very helpful.
You're fabulous. You're just picking right back up like this is the
I'm
first
trying.
time.
Yeah, no, this isn't the second